Meteorologist George Lesson starting us off once again with the latest in the severe weather over the Big Wall. George?
We are watching the storms developing over here in Wisconsin. These are the storms that we'll be tracking later on to this evening that may make it into West Michigan. The storms from earlier today kind of robbed the atmosphere of a little bit of fuel, so these are going to have to be really robust coming out of Wisconsin. Otherwise, tonight's event may not mirror what last night's event was. Tornado watch still in effect for the folks over there until 9 o'clock our time. Up north, there was a severe thunderstorm watch issued for the northern counties until 11 o'clock tonight, but nothing going on here in West Michigan right now. This is the culprit, a cold front that will be slicing through later in the day on Friday. That's going to finally bring some relief to our area, but in the meantime, very quiet weather up until about 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. We have an enhanced risk for severe weather. That's category 3 out of 5. That means in this highlighted area, there's the potential for active weather. Doesn't mean every single spot in this area is going to see severe weather. This is the highest risk for damaging winds. That hatched area means we have the highest risk for getting damaging winds. We have a little bit lower risk, but not a zero risk for large hail. Highest is back here in Wisconsin, and we have a little higher risk for a tornado later on tonight. So all three threats are present later on. So here's the things you can do. Just stay weather aware at all times. Charge your electronic devices if you can. Check your shelter spaces once again. And again, secure those outdoor objects and close those garage doors. We'll give you a timeline of when the storms may arrive in your community coming up in a few minutes. Strong to severe thunderstorms overnight last night. Could be a repeat here tonight, but this afternoon storms may have robbed a little bit of the energy from those. Nonetheless, it's a night to stay weather aware. 13 weather ball is blinking bright for more storms in sight later on tonight. Thinking right around 9 o'clock and later. It's also red. It will be warmer and just as humid coming up here tomorrow ahead. And this view sponsored by Countryside Greenhouse of Allendale. Because of the early afternoon showers and thunderstorms, knocked our temperatures back just a little bit. We only made 83 here in Grand Rapids. Warmer at the lakeshore where the sun has been out a little bit longer. We anticipated we would hit 89, and this is the first miss in 29 days. We reset the clock. We'll try to get within 3 degrees here again during the day tomorrow. Lori over in Davison, which is east of Flint, sent me this interesting video of a funnel cloud, and it doesn't look like much, but it was enough to loft quite a bit of debris into the air. And that was all part of that same line that came through our area early this afternoon, and it got a little hairy off to the east of us, especially just to the east of Flint. And you can see that debris flying around there in the air. Thanks, Lori, for sharing that with me on Facebook. This is what was going on right around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There's that line of spotty showers and storms, and you can see that as it moved right in through there. That's where she probably saw that funnel cloud. In the meantime, we've got a little bit of clearing taking place, but the atmosphere really got robbed from a lot of energy. Most of the active weather from that line of storms was down along the Michigan-Indiana border, but was enough to cause wind damage. Some tree limbs down near Kalamazoo and Vicksburg and Richland. That also brought down some power lines. That was around 1:30 to 1:40 this afternoon. Nothing here in the greater Grand Rapids area. All of those storms have now since moved east, where there are severe thunderstorm watches for eastern Ohio and up here in northern lower Michigan. Those storms that came out of northern Wisconsin. We're watching this area right now with a tornado watch for those storms to blossom and move across the lake into West Michigan. But as I mentioned, a lot of the energy has been robbed from those showers and storms, so I guess that's a good thing to have. Here are the showers and storms at 6:15 this evening. A couple of them just kind of wandering into the northern counties. Pretty quiet. This is right around 9 o'clock. Still clear skies here as the sun sets. And then here comes the showers and storms bubbling on in. Maybe not quite to the Grand Rapids area by 11 o'clock, but they are certainly going strong. Any one of these could put down quite a bit of wind, quite a bit of rain, and even some damaging winds, and they just kind of bumble up and they continue to push through. This is right around 2 o'clock in the morning. Most of the heavy weather is now to the southeast of Grand Rapids, but they continue to move off to the south, and by about 4 o'clock is when I think most of the severe weather, if there is any, will be done. So again, we are in that risk area, but that doesn't mean everyone is going to see severe weather. It's just the potential for severe weather the rest of the night. Now, there could be some heavy downpours, especially up to the north. We saw the other night where there was 5 to 7 inches of rain in a very short period of time. I can think maybe an inch or two in a very short period of time in a couple of locations is certainly not out of the question. Someone asked me, when are we going to get relief from this humidity? Well, 70s today. Dew points will be in the 60s tomorrow. And look at this. Downright cool over the weekend and early part of next week as we drop into the 50s and even some 40s. But here comes the heat and humidity again toward the end of next week, jumping back into the low 70s Thursday, Friday, and the following Saturday. And with that high dew point kind of air, there's also a chance that we could see some showers and storms at the end of next week. But tomorrow, skies will become mostly sunny. Highs will be back into the mid and upper 80s, a few degrees warmer than today. Dew points will be down just a little bit, but they'll still be in that uncomfortable range. South winds all day long. Up north, you'll be in the mid and possibly upper 80s there in Greenville as skies become mostly sunny. And from Grand Rapids southward, highs tomorrow right around 89 to 91 with a southwest breeze. 13 on your side forecast. As you saw, cooler temperatures and those dew points as well dropping. Overnight lows will be in the 50s over the weekend. Highs near 80 will slowly climb from the low and mid 80s into the mid 80s Wednesday through the following Saturday. It gets humid, then very humid, and then quite humid, and with a chance of some showers and storms the following Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.